Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Why is it so hard to bounce back from adversity? Some people do it very easily, but that's not the norm. Today we have an expert in that field, and we're going to go down that road very, very quickly. I'm Red O'Loughlin. Today's show is the Corner Bookstore on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. And if you're watching our show today on YouTube and you have not subscribed yet, please give it serious consideration, because we have two YouTube channels that we'd love to have you subscribe to. One is the USA Global TV and Radio channel. The other one is Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. My position today, this is the first of 3 back-to-back-to-back shows I'm doing on the USA Global TV and Radio Network. My book, Aging Sucks. I'm an author, I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, I'm a book coach, a publisher, I'm a lot of things, but primarily I consider myself a researcher. I research the human body at the cellular level, chemically speaking. I look for cause and effect relationships. Treat a cause, fix a problem. Treat symptoms, and you'll always be treating symptoms, and the cause could get worse. But I think that's enough about me for right now, and let's go ahead and get into our guest today. Verna Haywood, please join me. Howdy.
Hello, how are you?
Exceptionally well, as always.
Thank you for having me.
I loved our show the last time we did one. I commented then that I thought you had a great smile and you haven't lost it. So I'm glad to hear and see that. So we're talking about unstoppable resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, the method of being able to essentially adapt to adversity, to bounce back, to cope, to recover. All those kinds of words apply. So I know you have a personal story, and we shared it last time. Why don't we start with what happened and then what you did, and then we can get right into your book, because I think understanding where you came from before you wrote the book is important, because that sets the tone for why did you write this book. We could start right there, but it's not quite the same thing. So tell us.
Okay. I wrote the book. Initially, I wanted to write about all the things that have happened to me. What I found when I started writing the book, it took on a life of its own. It was about how to become resilient. It's all about resilience throughout the book. And it gives you little quotation, and it have a workbook and journal that goes along with it. The reason is that when I was younger, I was abused as a child. And that went on until I got married. So you call it, you jump from the fire into from the frying pan into the fire. And so I did not, one thing I knew was I did not hold any grudges, because I had a great grandaunt who poured into me, because I was raped when I was about 2 years old. That's because, my cousin told me, and I confirm it with other family members, but I never knew anything about it until she said to me one day, "I'm so proud of you." And I was like, "What are you proud about?" And she said, "Well, you didn't born with a gold spoon in your mouth, and look where you are now." And I was like, where's that coming from? And then she went on to explain. But having gone through all of those things, I I never saw myself as resilient. I never saw myself as strong. I just had to get on with life. Even though you talked about it, even though I told people about it, I wasn't believed. I was telling lies and, adults and all of these different things. So I learned to cope with it. And the way that I coped was because I had this great grand aunt who spoke into my life, told me I was strong and I was courageous. And she opened the book of Judges every single day and told me my name was Deborah, which is my second name. Deborah. Your name is Deborah. Deborah was a judge. Deborah was a prophetess. Deborah won the war. So you are strong and courageous. And anybody lift your dress up, slap them. Anybody? Yes, slap them. So I did that when I was in kindergarten. When my teacher lifted my dress up and I slapped her, and she wanted me to give an excuse, and I didn't say sorry. So I was placed in a corner to stand and face the wall. And as I carried on, with life, I didn't want to know anything. I pushed everything back. I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to know. I just wanted to live, or maybe not, just exist until I just came to a point where I was being abused by my previous husband, and I made a decision. I was not going to die. I've had enough. I'm not going to die in this marriage. So I told God, you have to make a way. You said that you would never leave me nor forsake me. You said. And so that's it. I just decided to move on.
Okay, so when did you start writing the book?
I started writing the book in 2020. That's when I got the revelations on Unstoppable Resilience. I was just sitting in the room and I was crying. It was Mother's Day, and I was like, everybody on Facebook was talking about mother and taking mother to lunch and dinner and all everything. And I was like, you bunch of hypocrites. That's what I said to myself. And I decided, well, I didn't have any mother to wish happy Mother's Day because my mom went missing when I was 22, going on my 23rd birthday. I hadn't seen her for 38 years. Now it's going to be 40 something years. I haven't seen her. And I had lost two babies. I had two miscarriages, one at 6 months and one at 6.5 months. I had no children to wish me happy Mother's Day. And I was just crying. And that's when I heard the words, you are unstoppable. You are resilient. And that's how unstoppable resilience came about. And and then I was speaking to someone about I'm going as a therapist. I was going to teach people how to do therapy from the inside out because I work with my hands and I work with my intuition. So I was going to do that. And he said, no, that's not what you are going to do. I'm not going to hold a franchise. You need to tell me your story. So when I told him my story, he said, no, you need to write your book and then you need to write a program, a coaching program. And that's how Reflect, Revitalize, and Renew came about. And that's how the Unstoppable Resilience book started. That's where it started from.
How long did it take you to write it?
It took me over 2 years to do that because when I started, I then later found out that I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I had to take the mammogram, and I didn't take the first mammogram because I felt that this is like a slab. You're putting a slab and you press it down and painful. No way, I'm not doing that. And then I missed it. So I had the second letter came through to do the mammogram. And again, I decided I wasn't going to have it until I heard this still voice, take the mammogram. And that's when I went and took the mammogram. And then 2 or 3 weeks later, I got a letter that I needed to go to Pool Hospital for a biopsy, a mammogram, and an ultrasound. And I thought, oh, something is up. And that's when I found out after everything, the nurse spoke to me and said that every Tuesday they meet at Dorchester Hospital to discuss cases and they will be discussing my case and then I will get another letter. And then when I saw the surgeon and she said, do I know why I was there? I said, I think so. I know why I'm here. Um, I didn't know what stage it was, but I just said, I'm not taking any chemo, I'm not taking any radiotherapy, I'm just going to eat food. And you know, when you're a bad child and your mother looked at you in such a way, she looked at me as though, are you crazy? She didn't say it, but her facial expression. And then that's when I knew it was bad because my husband was there and he heard. And we were taken into another room, and then the nurse started going through everything with me. And that's when I knew it was fast growing fast. And it was stage 3. And I needed to do something about it now, not just eat food. Something needed to be done now. And that's when I was scheduled for all the things that you have to go through for surgery. And then came chemo, along with Herceptin injections, 17 rounds of chemo, and then an intense week of radiotherapy, which almost killed me. Um, and I'm here.
Okay, sounds like you've had a few challenges, a little bit of adversity. Okay, so you wrote the book. It took you a couple of years. You had some other issues in between, but you had the tenacity to finish the book.
Yeah.
Uh, did you hire an editor, or how did you get the editing done for your book?
I had someone I met in Trinidad on a networking group, and I was telling him my story, and he said, I know someone who would love to work with you on this. And that's when I worked with Cheryl Tate, who worked with me on it. And she first heard my story, and then we decided, okay, how are we going to develop it? What? I wanted something that was nature, that represents resilience, and that's how the book cover came about. Looking at different symbols, because I work with aromatherapy, we looked at all the different symbols, and that's how we chose it. So Cheryl Tate in Trinidad worked with me on the book.
Okay, so you had a friend of a friend, sort of, so to help you edit the book. So you got
Yeah.
the book edited. When did you start marketing the book?
Oh gosh, I didn't start marketing the book until it was finished. I told people about writing it. I went to different programs and I told them about it, but I did not say anything until it was complete. And then I started talking about it. And when it was ready to launch, I did that. I worked with other people to just market it myself. So I started doing that. So that's how I learned. I learned on the go. It was very hectic. Um, it was a learning curve to know everything, what you needed to do, and just to stay on top of it. And yeah, and that's how I went about everything. And other people, I got other people to start telling others about it. So I haven't stopped marketing it. I still speak about it on Facebook and LinkedIn. I still post about it, but now I need to get more involved in letting others know, as starting workshops, so that I can talk to people about the 3 pillars, but not only the 3 pillars, but the 5 systems and how that attach, because it's working deeper. It's not just working on the reflect, revitalize, and renew. It's working the whole body. So that's one of the reasons why I say I am a holistic therapist and a holistic when I'm working with people with coaching. It's all we have to take everything into consideration because everything works together.
Okay,
There's
so
no one single thing.
when you start marketing your book, who was your audience and how did you try to reach them?
Well, my audience, what I get to what happens is that what I found was women 30 plus who have had different experiences were coming to me and speaking to me and telling me what was happening with them. And so I get it towards it's both for men as well. Men can, because men get abused as well. But because of what happened to me, I tend to like focus on the women, 30 plus. And somebody asked me recently, But what if a woman isn't in her 30s? Would you see somebody who is younger? Of course, because, you know, it doesn't, some people go through different trauma at younger age. And mine started in my early years and carried on. So I do not exclude anyone, but I focus on the 30 plus and work that way. But I would work with anyone.
How do you reach them? What is your mark? Is there a certain social media channel you use? Do you pay for advertising? What kind of, how do you reach your audience is basically the question.
The question is that I use social media. I use
Okay.
social media. I post on Facebook, I post on LinkedIn, and I post on Instagram. And
Okay.
my next port of call was to do go on YouTube. And then, if I may say, when I came across, when we had our first interview, when you interviewed me the first time, I I saw an advert that you were running, and I thought, oh, I have to speak to you because I need to get it out. So what I'm doing, I think, is just limited. So now I think I have a machinery where I can speak to people on a um, a wider network, so I can get the message out and hopefully get more understanding of how I would market it. So it is on Amazon. So that's one of the places that it is. It's on Amazon, and hopefully when I start my program as well, I'm going to get it out even further. So that's what I'm using at the moment. So it's not big. I don't have money to do a lot of marketing or pay for that kind of marketing. So I do it myself. That's what I have been doing.
Okay. So the book is on your website. It's on Amazon. It's easy to find. Now, is it
Pardon?
also,
Could you repeat that?
is it also available in audio?
No, I am going to do it on audio because one lady asked me about that because she is impaired, and I have to consider people who have you know um, um, blind. So I have to take that into consideration. So I did say to her that I will do it in audio so that it can be out there for everyone. No one is left behind. And that's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. It is um, Verna Haywood, Verna Haywood. Um, underscore and is on the Unstoppable Life. Yeah. So that's my YouTube channel, right?
Okay. So you have your social media and you also have a YouTube channel. How, and you do your own videos or you have somebody do the video for you on your YouTube? How do you manage your YouTube channel?
I at the moment my YouTube channel is not managed as it should. And I was only recently speaking, so I I go live on StreamYard. So I stream to social media and started streaming to YouTube. So I have a lot of content, a lot of material which we need to start uploading. I want to do it professionally, so it have like a thumbnail and everything like that. I'm not good at graphic, but I have somebody who is able to do the graphic and help me to upload it. As you can see, I'm just sitting there in one of them, just my backdrop, which is the room that I'm in. And now I'm able to have a background because I have somebody who can do that and make it look the way it should so that when somebody see it, they feel enticed to really look at it, to really listen to the message, because the message is important. Most people love the aesthetics, and if the aesthetic is good, I can understand that, wanting to have the aesthetics, but the aesthetics without listening to the message behind what is there, you're missing something. So I tend to look past all of that, but really get into it as well because I want to hear what the person is saying. How does that relate to me? And what could I learn from it?
Okay, Verna, we're going to stop here very quickly for a commercial break. Be back in about a minute or so. When we come back, I want to talk about AI a little bit. I know, pretty sure you didn't use it earlier from another conversation we had a while back, but
Yeah.
I want to go down that road just a little bit. So when we get back from the commercial, that's the direction I want to go in.
Yeah.
Every great story begins with a vision. At USA Global TV and Radio, for years, we've been providing world-class education, entertainment, inspiration, imagination, connections, and hope. Most people don't stay to watch the outro or the credits, but it's the people behind every success, behind every breakthrough, and behind every unforgettable story who matter. The TV show hosts, our guests, our sponsors, our publicists, our production team, our distribution team, our search engine optimization team, and so many more. You're the ones who make the difference. Every great story belongs to the people who bring it to life. Our future looks bright at USA Global TV and Radio, and that's because of you, our loyal fan base all around the world in more than 60 countries. Together, we're making a difference because you matter. USA Global TV and Radio, live streaming to over 60 countries. Voiceover, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Video production and direction, Paul Garcia. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio on YouTube.
Howdy, all. Red Laughlin here. We're on the Corner Bookstore, USA Global TV and Radio Network, and my guest today is Verna Haywood. Verna, please join me. Verna, just before the break, I mentioned I wanted to talk a little bit about AI. I think from our last conversation, you don't use AI as far as any of your book creation content, and that's true, right?
I wouldn't say I don't use AI because when I do research, I do that, and also in some of my work, putting everything together, I have done that along with the person who has been helping me. So I would not say totally that I did not use AI. Um, when you have certain things that you want to talk about, and I have put it all together and I sent it out for other people to read about it. And then if I want to get more expansion on what I'm going to be talking about, I write everything and I ask, could you put it together for me? So then when it comes back, then I do all my corrections and all the things that I want because I know what I want to say and how I want to say it and how I want it to go out. So I would not say that I haven't used it. I think AI is, in my view, can be used for certain things, and it can help you in how you go about certain things or how you come to a greater understanding. Because there are things in my life where I did not. I went to university very late, and I am slow at doing certain things. But when I do I get it, and then I work with that. So I do use it in certain cases.
I use it like you for research primarily. I get a good amount of information out of that. I tried using it a couple books back for editing, and that was a disaster. However, as I finally trained my AI well enough, I find he's a very good editing partner with regard to that. Great brainstorming partner too. One of the places I use AI probably more than, well, not more than, but from a marketing perspective, I use AI to create videos. Is that something you've thought about doing or have done?
No, I haven't, but I've seen other people, and it's something that I'm looking into because I have a family member, and she's been telling me I need to use AI because she is very good at it. So one of the things I look at, I want to be good at what I have, what I'm good at. If there are certain things that I am not good at, I don't want to waste my time trying to get good at it. I want to focus on what I'm good at, and I'm good at speaking. I'm good at explaining how I need to work with someone. I'm good at all the things that have been put into me, which I believe because of my faith, I get lots of inspiration. So when I get that inspiration, I want to write it down and I want to put that together. So I'm good at those things. So the designing and the video with AI, I'm not good at that. If you ask me what we're doing right now, sitting here and speaking to the screen, I am not just speaking to a screen, but I'm speaking to a person. You are with me, but I'm speaking to that person right there who wants to hear what I have to say and who will be touched by it, whose life will be changed because they see their story in what I am saying. That's what I'm good at. That's what I want to do. I want to grab their attention and let them know you are worthy. You are worth it. You can do anything. Just as my great grandaunt said, you are courageous. You are strong. You are good enough. And that's what I'm good at. And that's what I want to do.
I use a couple free AI video programs. I use my Chat GPT to create here's my outline, give me a 35-second video, text. I get that, I look at it, tweak it, and then I put it into one of my AI programs
Good.
and I have a nice little video. But lately I've
Okay.
been finding there's another one called Notebook LM that has the ability to create videos again for free. So if we were to
Yeah.
take a chapter of your book, put it in there as a source, it would create a video based on the information, the content of your chapter
Yeah.
or book. Now, I put my new book coming out in there and it gave me a 10.5 minute video. I thought that was just a little too long. But if I just put in a chapter of that book, it's going to give me a much shorter video. And
Mhm.
again, part of the video is for awareness and education and things. So that might be an option to consider. But Notebook LM has so many more things than just that. But I
Yeah.
find that one to be just an amazing source, a reference for me as a business owner, for me as an author, for me as a writer. It offers a lot. So
Yeah. That's it. Thank you very much for that. I would look into it because it's I did not know AI has been around for over 50 years. I was speaking to my cousin, and he worked to be building aeroplanes and all of that. And I was just saying to him, I call him by name. Did you know AI? AI? Did you know about AI? And he said to me, he said, "Oh, Deborah, AI has been around over 50 years." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, how do you think we build airplanes? How do you think all these things have been happening? What you are using now is what we used probably 50 years ago. So you just get in the little end, but there's bigger stuff out there." So I was so amazed about it that I think there are good things about it. People would want to use it for bad, but there is so much good in the world that we can use it for. And I think
well,
that's a very good thing.
but we use for spell checking, for grammar checking. That's AI. It's been around for years and years and years. Grammarly is a free and a paid version of a grammar checker, and it's got about 12 different AI options in there that I find everything I do, I run through Grammarly.
Mhm.
It's just one of those things that I was just part of the process. It's like having
Yeah,
the read back function. I write it, then I listen
yeah,
to the read back because sometimes you read something, especially if you wrote it, and your brain is already pre-programmed to read something, but if you hear it, that doesn't sound right. And so I use a lot of different tools. So the read back to me is exceptionally valuable, just like Notebook LM. Well, Grammarly has a place in there too. And so there's just so many tools out there that can help us as authors to do
Yeah.
things. I mean, the book cover for my book was generated by AI. I did not hire anybody to do that. Boom, it just created it for me. But we had a long conversation about what I wanted ahead of time. And so there are things there that I think people are probably unaware of. But from an
Mhm.
author perspective, we have a lot of
Yeah.
things we can do. Um, I mean, let me add, you have your book. Have you thought about putting that in a foreign language?
Yes, I have. I have thought about putting it in 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 French, in Spanish, and I couldn't think. I thought of German, but my nephew said, because my nephew lives in Holland, they speak happy. They speak uh oh can't remember. They speak in Holland. They speak Dutch, and also because we from Curacao, my brothers and sisters live in Curacao, and I'm the only one that is not Curaçaoan. I am the Spice Girl, the original Spice Girl. So they speak Papimento. So he was saying to me, putting it in French and in Dutch and Spanish, that probably might be the best way to go because the world is getting smaller, but there are still people who need the different languages. So that's something I intend to do as
Yeah,
well. So, but I
yeah,
love how you talk about the different tools that is out there so that we can use that to help us. I think having the help to understand certain things, I suppose one of the areas that because I get when I was given the program Reflect, Revitalize, and Renew, I knew it was big because when I started speaking to people, and I think one of the reasons you talk about why didn't I, how did I market it? Because I spoke to a couple of people before and told them about it, and they looked at me very strange, like, who is this crazy woman? What is she talking about? And said yes they would work with me, but then they never contacted me again. So I just put my head down and just started working in it, and I knew it was much bigger. I knew there was a lot of depth to it, and as I sat with it and sat with it, I began to see how deep it was, because I remember when I was studying therapeutics, my lecturer came to me and she said, you have a gift. She said, you have a gift, go use your gift. Because I wanted to go straight to university to do my degree. And she said, no, you have a gift, go use your gift. After you have done that and you want to go to university, then go to university. Otherwise, you will become an academic. Nothing wrong with that, but you would lose your gift. So I embarked on using my gift, and that's what has expanded everything. So I never worked surface. I always work from the inside out because everything starts from within.
okay. When we were backstage earlier, I asked you if there's something we might absolutely need to talk about today, and we're getting toward the end. So communication, uh, in a literally in a minute or two, because we are getting very close to the end of the show, and I want to
Yeah.
give you time to talk about your book and everything. Uh, Tell us a little bit about communication, how it works in overcoming adversity and being able to cope better.
I think communication is key. I didn't understand it until I started um, writing my book and understanding. No, before writing my book, I learned how to create my course, and I was working with Dr. Cindy she's in Carolina, but we worked online during the pandemic. And that's when I came across the communication styles. And I realized that a lot of things that was said to me in those years, and even positive intelligence, when I was doing all those things, I had no idea that that's what I was doing. But I love people, and to me, it doesn't matter where anybody come from. It doesn't matter about how they worship. It was about the gift that God has put within us. and how we need to understand each other and how we need to work with each other. So I understood there was four communication styles. There was the innovator, the producer, the analytic, and the diplomat. Well, I knew straight off I was a diplomat. I love bringing people together and I love finding place of peace. But also, I I am an innovator. I know how to be innovative. So yeah, so that's why I think communication is key.
How do people get in touch with you if you want to be at a speaking event? How do they buy your book?
They can buy my book on you Google on Amazon. My book is on Amazon. I so because Amazon distribute worldwide, but also if they live here in the UK and they want to come to me directly, they can, and they want to have it signed directly by me, then I will do that for them. So they can get it on Amazon, or they can message me on Facebook or LinkedIn, or they can email me at hello@verna-haywood.com, and they will find me there. So you can look on any of my social media and you will find my details.
Okay, so email is hello, just hi, how are you? Hello at
Hello at verna-haywood.com.
okay, Verna Verna for our audio audience, and Haywood Haywood.
Yes,
Okay, so
yes,
that gets you that part. So you have a Verna-Haywood.com website. Is that true?
yes, yes,
Okay, so the website has your books. Amazon has your books. It doesn't matter what country you're in, you can find them. The English version is available now. In the not
yes,
too distant future, we may be able to see it in French and Spanish, still to be
yes,
determined. Uh,
yes,
and even though you have a YouTube channel, the uploading of a lot of things are in progress and will
yes.
be there pretty soon, so that
Pretty-
you'll be able to share your content and your value with the
Yes,
audience, where they can actually watch you communicate, uh, as you do a very good job of in that regard. So uh,
yes.
I I think we covered a lot of things today, Verna, don't
And
you?
one more thing, and I do have my course coming out as well. So that will be on my course platform, and then there will be a free one that they can take just to understand what resilience is all about. So they can go in there, and then there will be different levels for them to go. If they want to go straight to the higher level, then they can go there. But it's nice to take a walk through to truly understand where you are and what you need to do, how you need to get to the next level, because awareness is key. You want to start with awareness. So
Okay, that's available on your website. That's where they would find that information.
you'll find the information, the academy. So I'm putting everything there. I'm just
Okay.
working on it, and everything will be there. So when you go on my website, you will see academy. If you click academy, that will take you to the course stage.
Okay. Makes sense. I was looking at your website earlier and I saw Academy there. So, okay, I didn't click on it, but now I know what's there and I know what you're talking about. Verna, it's been super great chatting with you today. I loved our conversation. I look forward to the next one. And with that, I'm going to bid you adieu and we will catch you later on down the road. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on your program, Red. I appreciate it.
Okay, Verna, we catch you later on. Take care now. That's our first of three programs I'm doing today, back to back to back. My book, Aging Sucks, is coming out July 4th. The book is written, it's in beta review right now, beta readers. I'm pretty comfortable with everything that's there. I'm working on trying to get an advanced copy, but everything's looking really, really good for the July 4th release date. I don't have any problems in that regard. Next show coming up is called The Wise Ones. And ironically, we talked about grief and overcoming adversity and resilience and things. And my next guest, we're going to keep in that same general topic. We have a specialist on grief. And so please join me if you can. And my last show today is on Talking Heads. I'm talking about what does health look like? So We'll catch you all later on, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care now. Bye.
My Tummy Hurts by Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Meet Jackie. She loves recess, running with friends, and laughing on the playground. At school, Jackie tries to play like she always does, but suddenly the pain comes back. Lately, something feels different and her tummy hurts, sometimes a little and sometimes a lot. With the help of a caring teacher, a nurse, her mom, and a kind doctor, Jackie begins to understand what her body is trying to tell her. Sometimes tummy pain is more than a simple bellyache. Some children live with conditions like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. Jackie listens to her body. She asks for help. She knows she's not alone. And Jackie finds her way back to running, laughing, and being herself. My Tummy Hurts, a kid's guide to bellyaches and bathroom troubles by Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, available on Amazon and in fine bookstores around the world. Every great story begins with a vision. At USA Global TV and Radio for years, we've been providing world-class education, entertainment, inspiration, imagination, connections, and hope. Most people don't stay to watch the outro or the credits, but it's the people behind every success, behind every breakthrough, and behind every unforgettable story who matter. The TV show hosts, our guests, our sponsors, our publicists, our production team, our distribution team, our search engine optimization team, and so many more. You're the ones who make the difference. Every great story belongs to the people who bring it to life. Our future looks bright at USA Global TV and Radio, and that's because of you, our loyal fan base all around the world in more than 60 countries. Together, we're making a difference because you matter. USA Global TV and Radio, live streaming to over 60 countries. Voiceover, Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Video production and direction, Paul Garcia. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio on YouTube.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.